This is the final processing stage of the pan au raisin. So I've prepared my dough piece to its final thickness, which is about 5 to 6 millimeters thick. I've done 33 centimeters wide, so I've been very careful when I put it through to make sure I've got that, so I've got as little waste as possible. The ends that I've trimmed, I've actually still got here, and I'm going to add those into my dough because I don't want that to go to waste, especially if you're making an artisan product. It's quite nice to add. You don't want to put this in the bin. You can use these scraps for additional types of products, so a Soho bun or something similar. They even together and pinned out make quite nice pizza bases. But that's ready. So now I'm going to add my creme pâtissier to that. So it's quite a thick mix, because what I don't want to do is add too much moisture into this product. So I'm just going to move my scraps back. I'll put them back in once the custard's on. And I'm going to leave a strip down here. It's very important that we seal this well. But we don't want too much moisture in the custard, because moisture will make the product blow. The steam will be released and it will push the laminations outwards, and we'll get big holes in our pan au raisin. So that's what we're trying to avoid. So a nice thickly vanillaed creme pâtissier here. High amount of egg yolks that I've put in this to give it a nice yellow colour. And then I'm adding my poached raisins. So these have been poached in advance and are allowed to cool. Again, we don't want to add too much liquid to these. So this is about 10%, 10 to 15% of the weight of the raisins in liquid. That's all that I've added, because we don't want this to be dripping. We just want the raisins to just absorb that moisture level and not for it to come out in the product. So we're just going to do a final spreading just so it's nice and even. So each one of my pan au raisin gets a really good amount of both custard and the raisins, leaving my sealing edge and then on that edge I'm going to use my egg wash.
Ooh.
So egg wash the end so you get a nice moist seal. I'm going to add my scraps back in just so I can fold it up in the rolling process, so we get extra product, nice and tight at the start of the roll. But remember, it's going to expand, so if we do it too tight, it's going to just blow apart. So just nicely rolled up. And then when we get to the final section where with egg wash, we want to press down, give it a nice firm seal onto that egg wash layer. And then we're ready for cutting our pan au raisin pieces. So I've got my indicator wheels set at 3 centimeters, so that just helps me mark them out nice and easily, so I get consistent size. And then using a serrated knife, so I get a nice clean cut, simply cutting through. And then those can go straight on the tray, and they can either go into a cool prover. Remember, this is an all butter product, so we want to be absolutely sure that we get a nice slow fermentation and that the butter doesn't melt. Or we could potentially even put these in the freezer so that we could then bake them off at another time. Fermented products work very well out of the freezer with their lamination, because it's the lamination that gives them the jump. So you've got a number of options with this type of product.